On the 12th day of Christmas in Cyber Wonderland, 12 canines dancing, 11 people laughing, 10 steps from harbor, 9 reindeer leaping, 8 minutes of nothing, 7 jumps and cheering, 6 birds are chirping, 5 random scenes, 4 shiny rubies, 3 stone-like peas, 2 hungry squirrels, and a crazy orchestra band. Well, that's it for my Christmas shopping. Huntress gets a free jacuzzi trip, Nick and Judy got their new theme park attraction, and the Looney Tunes finally got their new movie as promised. Huh? Hello, Mad Hatter Patrick. I'm your secret snowflake fairy. Larry, what are you doing? And what's a secret snowflake fairy? I'm here to grant you your Christmas gift. That's right, only one gift. First off, they're called Secret Santas. Second, they're supposed to be anonymous people. And third, I already got one a few days ago. It was an announcement on that Muppet Show Revival special coming in February. But I have something for you in honor of this movie's 20th anniversary. What movie are you talking about? No thanks. Tis the season of giving. I gotta go. The wind is taking me away. And I gotta turn Animal Farm into a kids movie with Andy Serkis. Merry Christmas! Wait, don't do that! Hey, get back here! I want this! And fix your lip syncing! Oh dear. If you think the title of the movie sounds pretty generic, well, you pretty much sum up this entire cartoon. If you've been on the internet way too long, this film was actually made from the infamous animation studio, Mondo TV, the same company that made that horrible animated film, The Legend of Titanic. You know, the one where the iceberg was caused by an evil whaler with jail sharks, a giant octopus coming in to save the day, and the Grandpa Mouse saying that nobody died on that dreadful and fateful day. On top of that, that movie somehow got a sequel with Atlantis, living toys, and a rapping shark. And that was the end of that awful Titanic franchise. What do you mean they got themselves a TV show? No, I'm not ready for it. We're here to talk about Christmas in New York. Although this one does not have any direct connection to the animated Titanic movies, it did somehow form its own franchise. You heard right. This is supposed to be a Christmas special based on one of their cartoons, Winter and the Golden Child. And before that, there was The Legend of Sleeping Beauty, Simba the King Lion, and Simba Jr. Goes to New York and the World Cup. All of which contain a bunch of ripoffs of The Lion King, The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, and Bambi. Oh, and by the way, I did not watch a single full episode from any of these shows. This is a cinematic universe I don't think I want to follow through in any way. So, what kind of New York adventure are we going to expect from this Christmas cartoon? Welcome to another episode of The One Reviews. I'm getting a sinking feeling on what I just watched. This is Christmas in New York. It's about a jungle boy named Ari who wants to go to New York where there's lots of snow and he can send his Christmas letter to Santa Claus. And that's it. There isn't a story. Even with all the stuff happening in the movie, it doesn't really have a narrative in any way. It's just Ari and his dog friends traveling around New York, meeting a bunch of locals, and doing something. Which is kind of odd because the movie does throw in a bunch of stuff at you to keep things interesting, like a mean dog catcher, a giant walking tree, a snow fairy, and even an orchestra of dogs inside a nightclub. But the problem is, none of these ideas are explained. Like the snow fairy just popped out of nowhere without any purpose to grant Ari's wish, and we never see her again after that. Or how about the magic tree who can send them anywhere around the world with no sweat or even withstand the cold weather? And what about that ending where they do their kid-friendly version of The Little Match Girl where Ari meets his parents while the dogs go into this underground dog clubs in the sewers? Yep, we are entering madness territory like with Mondo's other movies, and each one is more bonkers than the last. Once again, there is no actual plot that goes together on whatever just happened. No logic, no purpose, no anything. The movie tried to add in a side plot where Ari has to know the name of Santa's reindeers because I don't really know. It never contributes anything. What's even more dumb is that this adventure would have been over quickly if the kid would just send his Christmas letter in a mailbox. But no, we had to know if he'll ever know the reindeer names like a game of secret code.
You see that someone will tell us where we can find Father Christmas. And let's not forget that we also need to know the names of the reindeer.
Now, seeing how this Christmas special is supposed to be a Tiny Toons Fairy Tale-ish cartoons,
I have no idea some of the weird stuff are supposed to be normal to their previous adventures, but even if I have, I don't think I'd ever be prepared on what kind of treat this movie is going to give me. Since we already established that these characters have already existed before the Christmas special, the movie actually thinks we're supposed to know these characters and the show's premise, but the way that it's written, how everyone's presented, they all just look like a bunch of bland characters.
If this is what the characters are like in this Christmas movie, then I certainly would not watch a single episode of Winter and the Golden Child. The problem with the characters in this special is that they're all just one-dimensional, raising more questions than answers, and some of them don't even have a personality. Ari is the good-hearted boy that wants to send his letter to Santa so he can see his parents again while helping his friends both old and new. Winter is just the cute dog, but all they know about him is that he's the logo mascot on Mondo TV. And then there's Fox, the other dog who knows a lot about New York and for some reason is considered a celebrity towards every dog and human he talks to. No, really, he's friends with the hot dog vendor, the people working at the church, and the rest of the New York dogs, and we never find out what was his life like back in New York and what personal connections he had with these secondary characters. As for the rest, they really don't matter here. Everyone only serves one purpose in the special with nothing else to offer. The professor, who kinda looks like a combo of Merlin and Archimedes but with orange robes, only appears at the beginning of the movie, but Ari wants Santa to give him new glasses for Christmas. Arbert is the big, loud tree who can take Ari and his friends anywhere around the world. Bimbo is the reindeer, who just helps the heroes on the reindeer side plot an obvious letter solution. Ari's parents only appear in the end to give out exposition about their TV show continuity, but never provide specific details. And then there's that secret Santa helper who gives out bad, out-of-context vibes for how he approaches Ari regarding his letter. But then there's the dog catcher, Angelo. At first, he might be the villain of the special who wants to catch a fox, but then all of a sudden, the second half says, oh no, he's not evil. In fact, he loves Fox, like how he loves squirrels and birds. It was all just an act to keep his job. I can't, why? What was even the point? Did the special already got bored of adding a villain? Nobody here makes any sense.
No, you're wrong. I can assure you I don't hate dogs. No, you're crazy if you can say that. How can we manage to speak like that about me? No, it's not like that.
Even the animation is not enough to add any substance to the film. It shares the same style as the terrible Titanic sequel Tentacolino, where everything about the layout is generic. The only positive I could ever think when watching the movie is that the background animation is not that bad. It's not a good interpretation of New York, but the Christmas settings and winter mix does look a bit pleasing. However, there is still a bunch of issues with many of the backgrounds, and that's with the notable errors. Not only do some of the walking animation don't sink in wherever they go, but the backgrounds are sometimes blurry even for the sharp foregrounds. And it's obvious that none of the characters leave footprints every time they walk on snow. There's even more inconsistency with the character designs. While the animals are fine with their cartoonish looks, the humans don't seem to have a specific art style. What I mean is that the animation doesn't know if the humans should be given an anime style, a cartoonish look, or even look like something out of a bad Zelda CDI game. As for their movements, every once in a while there is a sense of energy, but then other times the character animation becomes lazy and they sometimes repeat the same animation frame, like when Ari takes his dogs for a walk. And let's not forget the bad lip syncing where the characters' mouths never match what they say. There are even times when the characters are still talking while their mouths are still closed. Another problem with the voice and sound is that the movie never shuts up. It's like the movie is allergic to silence and decided to throw in a lot of noises like loud cheering, bird noises, nervous screams, and everything else they can think of.
Look how beautiful. All together. Oh, my
But going back to all the weird stuff that happened in the movie, they also share abundant inconsistencies within the animation. There's a scene where Ari and the dogs peek inside a workshop where the president have faces and human limbs for some reason, and after whatever that was, the house is now a Toontown character. I swear that thing never had a face when they first got there. Also, at the first half, they come across a toy store containing a bunch of obvious copy and paste PNG image toys. But the ones that stand out in the movie included copyrighted Disney toys of Mickey, Minnie, and Winnie the Pooh. And they keep reusing the same images in the other scenes like the orphanage.
If they're gonna be lazy to add some still pictures to their toy collection, why didn't they use a regular teddy bear or a wind-up mouse toy to complete the set? Add on with a bad English dub voice acting, and you got a movie that's only here to get a paycheck. And all that it did is convince me to celebrate Christmas somewhere else.
Christmas in New York is one of the most baffling anime holiday movies ever crafted. Then again, what was I expecting from a Mondo TV production? The plot is completely empty, the characters raise more questions than answers, and the animation is both lazy and inconsistent. The only recommendation that I can only give is just watch it for riveting purposes. If you're planning to play Mystery Science Theater 3000 on this one, I suggest you prepare yourself because there is no sense of sanity in this. This is definitely one of those mad anime movies that you have to see it in order to believe it. It could be the fact I still haven't seen the other Winter or whatever cartoon shows, but after watching this Christmas special, I don't think I want to risk losing any more brain cells. I give Ari's Adventures in New York a D-, and it will join the animated Titanic movies into the flames of failure.
I'm Mad Hatter Patrick. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to travel by Magic Tree and celebrate Christmas in Hawaii.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.